In tropical Africa, there's a world of stunning beauty, which is armed to the teeth. Behind this hostile facade is a magical sanctuary offering great riches to wildlife. But here, thorn trees control the balance of life, battling against thieves and rewarding allies. In this woodland, demand for food and living space is great. Both trees and animals have evolved ingenious strategies to survive. This is the remarkable story of Africa's paradise of thorns. These are Tanzania's great northern plains, a land ruled by the seasons. In this unforgiving place, even the mightiest struggle to survive. It's tough out here for this pregnant lioness. But beyond the dust, there's another, more inviting world. A sanctuary with a different set of rules. Africa's secret garden. Cut by a vast soda lake and spanning 30 miles. These are the Acacia woodlands of Ndutu on the southern edge of the Serengeti Plains. Like fountains, the majestic canopies of umbrella thorn trees dominate this land. The trees are evergreens. All year, their tiny leaves are working, turning the powerful energy of the tropical sun into growth. So precious are its leaves that the umbrella tree shields them with a ferocious battery of thorns. But in this woodland, all is not what it seems. Many animals can easily get past these defenses and raid the trees. For them, the woodland can be a paradise, a place to thrive and grow. Thorn Tree Country offers more than just food. It's also a great hiding place. Now in motherhood, our lioness takes her 2 female cubs to this new and sometimes daunting world. She knows they are too small to run from hyenas and other lions, and it's too risky leaving them in the open during the long periods when she'll need to be away hunting. Experience has taught the lioness that the safest nursery is a young umbrella thorn bush. It's like a ring of barbed wire. But many overcome the thorns by being gentle. And with their careful pruning of shoots, giraffes help shape the entire woodland. The thorns are sharp enough to pierce the toughest leather, but the giraffe's tongue and lips are protected by a layer of horny skin. Their efforts don't go unrewarded. Thorn tree leaves are twice as rich as the finest grass. Giraffes trim everything within their 17-foot reach, and the thorn trees can only avoid the giants by outgrowing them. When they do, their branches are free to spread into the classic flat-top shape. Umbrella trees may grow to more than 50 feet, but still their leaves aren't safe. In the canopy, there's an army of little creatures uniquely designed to feed among the thorns. Wearing its own cloak of spines, the emperor moth caterpillar is brilliantly camouflaged from birds. But up here, there's a caterpillar with even greater protection. This is the bagworm. From its mobile home, it feeds on umbrella thorn leaves. The bagworm makes its basket by chewing off thorns and gluing them to its body with sticky silk. For these slow-moving creatures, disguise is essential, but the praying mantis has camouflage and quick reflexes. And it's a good thing, too. The flat-necked chameleon, with its lightning tongue, is a crafty insect predator. Each male monopolizes a thorn tree, aggressively defending it against rivals. In this crowded paradise, property is hotly contested at all levels. Male impala, eager to challenge for a territory, build up strength by sparring. Good nest sites are also highly prized. Fisher's lovebirds prefer hollows in umbrella thorn trees, but these aren't always available. It pays to book early. But even owners risk eviction. The Vanderdecken's hornbill also needs a nest. With their sickle-shaped bills, these birds have the tools to carve a hollow to their liking. But the lovebirds needn't be worried. Their home doesn't suit the hornbills. Near the time of egg-laying, the female selects soft, thornless fronds to cushion her nest. Lovebirds pair for life, and couples affirm their vows by kissing, the male tenderly passing food to his mate. It's the perfect foreplay. For chameleons, too, love is in the air. They and many other creatures in thorn tree country time their breeding carefully so that their newborns can enjoy the benefits that come with the rainy season. Umbrella thorns thrive on up to 3 feet of rain a year. But here, most of it falls over a few brief months. For woodland predators, the start of the rains can bring a flood of new opportunities. Visitors from the plains, wildebeest, come to graze the sweet grass, but not without risk. This is the territory of a pair of male cheetahs. For a while, cheetahs will have a glut of prey, but they can't rely on wildebeest. Soon the herds will move on. The cheetahs won't suffer, though. The thorn trees will attract other prey. The strongest male impala urges females to sample the trees in his exclusive territory. Teenage sons are not welcome. The male's breeding success depends on stamina and the quality of food in his patch. The better the local menu, the longer the females stay. Umbrella trees carefully control how animals feed on them. Impalas must nibble because large thorns stop them from grabbing mouthfuls. Smaller hooks prevent bark stripping. The animals get a meal, but the trees aren't harmed. Thorniest of all are the saplings, but they're browsed by everything from giraffes to dik-diks, one of the smallest antelopes in the world. As one feeds, the other keeps watch. Elephants are 1,000 times heavier than dik-diks, They love umbrella trees, and sometimes even eat the thorns and bark. The dik-dik isn't too threatened by his larger bulldozing neighbors. Their heavy browsing keeps the woodland open and allows new food plants to grow. But with elephants around, some thorn trees won't survive their early years. Even the tallest trees are sometimes targeted by elephants. Using brute strength, they take them down to feast on their canopies. Having outgrown the giraffes, the trees produce fewer thorns, allowing the elephants to enjoy a less painful meal. This greatly benefits the little dik-dik, as a fallen tree brings a wealth of new food within reach. Being grass eaters, wildebeest are transients in thorn tree country. With the birthing season approaching, they now leave the woodland and head back to the open plains. The woodland has benefited from their brief visit. The herds leave behind millions of tons of dung as fertilizer for the trees. The wildebeest have also been a boon to woodland predators. Lions, cheetahs, leopards, all have capitalized on this feast. Leopards make treetop larders of those left behind in this sometimes harsh paradise. At the peak of the rainy season, violent storms pound the rich volcanic soil, unlocking vital nutrients for the thorn trees. With extra goodness pumping through their veins, they now grow faster than at any other time of year. Their leaves tracking the sun, making food from air and water. The wet season has also been generous to the lion cubs. Because the woodland supports abundant prey, hunting has been good. Their mother's milk is so rich now that the cubs need only suckle for 15 minutes a day. Soon they'll have the strength to leave the safety of their thorny lair. Lions are not the only animals that use thorn bushes to protect their young. White-headed buffalo weavers collect fallen sticks to build a different kind of fortress. They surround their nest chambers with a huge stack of thorns. But, like most couples, they're of two minds about how best to decorate the property. The weaver nest is well protected from predatory birds or mammals, but it's vulnerable to snakes. Using mob tactics, the weavers show great courage against this young Egyptian cobra. A single strike would be lethal. In the face of such a persistent assault, the cobra concedes defeat. snakes, and other basking reptiles are common in this warm woodland. Because the soil retains the heat of the day, many, like the flap-necked chameleon, use it for incubation. It's been several weeks since the female mated, and she now uses her clawed toes to excavate a deep burrow in the hard soil. Safe underground, she lays a clutch of up to 30 eggs. The eggs will remain here for at least a year, kept at a constant temperature. Before leaving, the chameleon gives them a light covering of soil. After a long time underground, she's got to be careful. Thorn tree country can sometimes be too crowded for comfort. The chameleon's right to be wary, but it's unlikely a cheetah would ever attack, except maybe through curiosity. In such a dangerous world, the chameleon must conceal her tracks. She will never return to this nest, so the better she hides it, the less chance her eggs will be discovered. To advertise their presence, territorial male cheetahs leave a pungent scent on any prominent trees and bushes. In the tangled underbrush, trees are also useful vantage points. Cheetahs are masterful hunters, but an impala herd has many eyes. Impala prefer dense cover, and when there is little, only some can afford to relax. Every day, elephants visit the pools at the lake edge for refreshment. Because of their size, they have little to fear in the open. But other creatures, more vulnerable, can find protection here in the wettest months of the year. Many weaver birds build their basket nests in thorn branches overhanging water. It's a location that helps keep predators at bay. They weave the nests as tightly as possible, using elaborate knots, tucks, and loops. But the noisy colony still attracts unwelcome attention, especially early in the breeding season. The egg-eating snake only targets the nests of small birds. The egg eater is no match for the weavers. But once the chicks have hatched, they face a far greater threat. The Gaybar goshawk. Agile and aggressive, the goshawk is the weaver's worst enemy. This nest took weeks to build and can withstand heavy assault. The goshawk must search the colony for the weakest nests, relentlessly testing every one. Tenacity pays off. At last, the goshawk has broken through the defenses. He'll feast on the young chicks inside. And there's nothing their parents can do. These life and death dramas happen every day in the competitive world of thorn tree country. Such are the risks of living in paradise. High in the canopy, a greater bush baby mother and infant begin their day. For them, thorn trees are not just protection, they're a year-round supply of food. A favorite is sweet gum, secreted by many thorn trees to heal bark wounds. At only a month old, bush babies are agile enough to leap about the treetops. They rarely leave the canopy. But there's one little creature who's as much at home up here as on the ground. With its highly sensitive ears and whiskers, the dormouse is a voracious hunter. Many insects, well hidden by day, now blow their cover. As fast as the dormouse consumes one meal, he's dashing off to the next. Because the thorn trees support so many insects, dormice and bush babies are common. And so too is the biggest scorpion in Africa. She's over 7 inches long and highly territorial. But her path home is blocked by an intruder. With their poisonous stings, the scorpions try to find a chink in each other's armor. With dawn approaching, the victorious female returns to her burrow. She's got a family to guard. Although her brood must go without a meal tonight, they will not starve. For scorpions can survive many months without food. With the coming of a new day, a new chorus, as animals announce their claims to this paradise. Thorn tree country is like a vast city on the plains. It is crowded with residents looking for food, accommodation, and social contact. But beyond the warm heart of thorn tree country, trees give way to lakeshore. It's dangerous here. This is open ground, with few hiding places. Harsh though it seems, this is a valuable hunting lesson for the cheetah cub. He must first hone his skills in the open if he's to graduate to hunting in the woodlands. In the comfort of the canopy, there's a new incentive to get up this morning. The tallest umbrella thorn trees are bursting into flower. Their sweet smell draws many visitors, like vervet monkeys. Vervet monkeys rob some of the flowers, but most are left to insects. As they move among the blossoms in search of nectar, they carry out the vital process of pollination, fertilizing the trees to make seeds. With such a buzz of activity, it's the perfect stalking ground for chameleons. Chameleons have a varied diet, but they won't touch this female pompilid wasp, which has a vicious sting. Her life depends on the energy she gets from umbrella tree nectar. Using sensitive antennae, the wasp tastes the forest floor for spiders. She is fearless. The wasp sometimes attacks wolf spiders, but they're not preferred. Her favorite is its larger, rarer cousin, the baboon spider. During the day, it protects itself by spinning a wall of silk. But so determined is the wasp that few defenses are good enough. With a paralyzing sting, the baboon spider is immobilized. The wasp injects more venom until its victim is in a permanent coma. It then digs a burrow in which to bury the spider. Once underground, she will lay a single egg. When it hatches, her grub will have food. Emerging a year later, it will take to the trees as a wasp. Toward the end of the wet season, healthy offspring fill the woodland. After 3 months in hiding, the lion cubs join the pride. Older brothers and uncles will soon leave the pride to find territories of their own. But our young female cubs will spend the rest of their days in this paradise. The canopy will be inherited by other predators. Deep below the ground, the chameleon eggs are beginning to hatch. On opening its eyes for the first time, the baby's pigment begins to work, undergoing its first color change in preparation for the outside world. Baby chameleons tend to emerge after prolonged rain, when the soil is softest and insects are most abundant. They're very vulnerable and need to reach cover as soon as possible. But even at this tender age, the youngsters have the faculties of adults. Their first task is to secure a meal. A nest of spiderlings offers the perfect target. Undisturbed, the baby chameleons could pick them off all day. Chameleons rely only on their instincts to survive. But creatures like baboons teach their young how to get by, and that yellow fever thorn trees can offer special treats. Baboons purposefully damage the bark of these trees to stimulate the flow of sap. They find its sweet taste irresistible. Because primates can climb high into the canopy, there are other prizes up for grabs. Vervet monkeys quickly learn that the soft new thorns growing at the tips of branches are good to eat. But this baby must watch out. The tough older thorns could give him a painful surprise. Knowing what's edible and what isn't is all part of growing up. Living on damp, rich soil, yellow fevers grow very tall. Their leaves are well beyond the reach of most browsers. But in the driest parts of the woodland, other thorn trees are much more stunted. and rely on all-out defense. The whistling thorn tree helps protect itself with its own army of cocktail ants, which it houses in special swollen thorns. In return, the ants defend the leaves against any attack. The whistling thorn tree feeds its guardians with nectar, secreted in ant-sized cups near the growing tips of its branches. This keeps the ants where the tree needs them most. The end of the wet season brings change to the woodland. The underbrush dries up, but the umbrella thorns stay green. Despite the changes to their world, the lioness and her older cubs won't suffer. Even in the driest months, the woodland remains well stocked. Nor do the browsers suffer, for the thorn trees still offer food. And the trees themselves stay healthy because termites constantly enrich the tree's soil by recycling dead wood. But not all parts of the wood are easily digested, so the termites swallow as much pulp as they can, taking it back to their nests. A termite nest is like a huge air-conditioned factory. At its heart is the queen's chamber. Attended by millions of sterile workers, she is trapped in her cell by her size. Her 4-inch body is one vast egg machine. The eggs she produces are taken by workers to cells, where they hatch into fragile nymphs. The colony is fed by fungus gardens. Here, on special combs, the termites cultivate unique mushrooms, which break down the indigestible parts of the wood, creating food for the termites and releasing valuable nutrients into the soil. Termites benefit more than just thorn trees. By their sheer numbers, they become an important food for many woodland creatures, like the rufous elephant shrew. It uses its nose as a tool to root under bark and leaves. Such a vital organ must be kept clean. But the shrew senses danger. An army is on the march. These are Matabele ants. They live on termites. In attack, the ants produce a sizzling battle cry, caused by rubbing their legs against their bodies. They strike fast, kidnapping their victims before the termite soldiers launch a counterattack. Loaded with their spoils, they beat a swift retreat to their underground nest. Their treetop cousins, the cocktail ants, have a different agenda. They're busy protecting the next generation of whistling thorns. Their seeds are like mini boomerangs, and the trees use passing whirlwinds to sweep them to new destinations. Thorn trees use every method at their disposal to spread their seeds. The yellow fevers rely on the animals drawn to them for food and shade. As animals move beneath the trees, they break fallen seed pods into tiny packets, ready to float away with the next heavy rains. To get uphill, they're carried on the sticky hooves of animals. These subtle alliances are the foundation of thorn tree country, a place where crude battles for survival are fought every day. In the dry months, the lake edge becomes dangerously tempting. The foal's death seems unfortunate, but the lioness earned her reward, and the woodland will soon earn its own. All year, umbrella thorns have sacrificed their leaves to animals. And now, in the dry months, they're plundered more than ever. It seems the trees have got it wrong, but they haven't. For at this crucial moment, they drop thousands of seed pods. The pods are sweet-smelling, easy to gather off the ground, and the visitors adore them. Impala and other browsers can crunch the pods, but they can't digest the seeds inside, and they carry this treasure in their stomachs throughout the woodland. Dik-dik might take the seeds just a few hundred yards. The impala may travel a mile or two. Elephants for 10 miles or more. Ultimately, at some place away from the mother tree, the seeds are sown in their own nourishing bed of fertilizer. In time, a new generation of umbrella thorns will be born. To survive, these young shoots will have to grow fast and, as soon as possible, arm themselves with thorns. Not as deterrents, but as a control, allowing animals to feed gently. for without their help, the thorn trees could never survive. This special give and take relationship is the foundation for a magical web of life. Far from being a hostile place, the thorn tree woodland of Africa is a paradise.